are located at the Smart History Museum at the lovely Pacific Union College, where one of Renoir's most brilliant pieces is on exhibition at the moment. This piece fits so brilliantly at this location because the beauty of Renoir's painting matches the beauty of the campus and the students here.
Yes, indeed.
We are looking at French Impressionist Pierre-Auguste Renoir's Luncheon of the Boating Party.
Yes, you can see in this painting some of Renoir's work at its finest.
This is, in a sense, Renoir's Moulin of 5 years later, a summing up of his achievements.
The painting captures a peaceful atmosphere as Renoir's friends share food, wine, and conversation on a balcony overlooking the scene at the Maison Fromage restaurant in Château.
Parisians gathered to the Maison Fromage to rent rowboats, eat a good meal, or even stay the night.
The painting also reflects the changing character of French society in the mid to late 19th century. Social mixing was not something that was widely accepted by society, and this painting boldly depicts the mixing of both genders and classes.
Yes, indeed. The restaurant welcomed customers of many classes, including businessmen, society women, artists, actresses, writers, critics, seamstresses, and shopgirls.
This diverse group embodied a new, modern Parisian society. Renoir seems to have composed this complicated scene without advanced studies or underdrawing. This was simply how he chose to live, and he transmitted that in his painting.
He spent months making numerous changes to the canvas, painting the individual figures when his models were available, and adding the striped awning along the top edge.
Yes, and these individual figures were all close friends and acquaintances of his, one of them being his future wife, Aline Chargot, who is a seamstress Renoir had met quite recently when this painting was orchestrated. Another being the actress Ellen André, who is drinking from a glass, and actress Angèle, who is sitting with Gustave Caillebotte, who is a wealthy patron, along with the Italian journalist Maggiolo, just to name a few.
The fine brushstrokes gives the illusion of flickering light and shows the richness of these forms. Renoir retained the freshness of his vision even as he revised, rearranged, and crafted an exquisite work of art. Before we go on to our second piece, we're going to take a trip to the 5-star PUC cafeteria, where the world-famous burrito lady has our lunches prepared. See you soon. We are now back from our delicious lunch at the PUC cafeteria.
That was one of the best burritos I've ever had.
Let's get back to business.
What we have here is The Lawrence Tree by George O'Keeffe, and it's quite a striking piece.
Yes, many art critics have a hard time with this one. It has received a lot of criticism.
Yes, for various reasons. Living here on the West Coast, a viewer could easily identify this figure and be able to orientate themselves as to how they would be positioned in order to observe the similar view as George O'Keeffe.
Absolutely. As a California native, one could clearly imagine themselves laying underneath a great pine tree with this clear, crisp night sky cutting through the branches of the trees, since this place was done out here on the West Coast.
My point exactly. However, some found the orientation of the piece odd and thought that it felt weird to look at it in the way that the painter wanted it to be seen. Now, this piece was done by O'Keeffe in the year 1929 when she was visiting D.H. Lawrence on his ranch in New Mexico.
Wow, how interesting.
For me, the piece feels oddly nostalgic and familiar. There's a quality to it that just seems universal.
You're absolutely right. There's just something about looking up at the sky and knowing that every human who has ever walked on this earth has laid under the same stars that hang in the same sky, and that is definitely what I would call universal.
I couldn't have said it better. George O'Keeffe is an artist who truly knows how to portray emotion in a piece in the most simple way.
Yes, she absolutely does. And not just emotion, but memories, or even the ghost of a memory that you cannot quite grasp.
She absolutely knows how to evoke emotion and memory through her paintings. She painted this piece soon after her mother's passing and her husband's affair, and was going through a very difficult and emotional time. She mentioned in letters to friends that she had overwhelming negative feelings associated with green. That being said, the landscape of the New Mexico desert was the perfect escape for her at the time.
Georgia O'Keeffe frequently communicated her emotions in terms of colors. Many of her pieces of art are titles with colors and display tremendous amounts of emotion and feeling.
Yes, if anyone knows how to display raw emotion and feelings on a canvas, or any other medium for that matter, it's O'Keeffe.